What's up, Weebsters? It's your boy Legendary Vash, and welcome back to the channel on the social or YouTube, wherever you guys are watching. We have for today on this episode of Percy Jackson and the Olympians Season 2, The Sea of Monsters on Disney Plus. As a huge fan of Percy Jackson, this season hit in both nostalgic ways and also enjoyment, entertainment, because I did watch with my partners. For somebody who loves Greek mythology, Norse mythology, this just pure my enjoyment. And also I read the books as a kid, so this was a perfect slot. I'm a big fan of the books and the first season, but I want to just give you guys an insight that season 1 and 2, when I first watched it, I saw the difference of the actors, the growth they have done over the time of recording and shooting and filming season 1 to season 2. Walker Scoble, the actor for Percy Jackson, how much bigger and taller he is. So those are a few things for anybody that's watching them back to back. You will be seeing a bit of small slight differences, but nothing thrown off. A big congratulations to the addition to the cast. Tyson, he was the half brother of Percy. He is half giant, one eye. Animation much better than Doctor Strange, with, you guys know, understanding the Marvel Cinematic Universe. They did something at the end of his film, you know, pew! Not looking great, but they did much better in the overall animation detail, the CGI with Tyson, his eye. That didn't bother me too much. At first it threw me off a couple of times in the forest and a few times, I believe, when there was in the island of the trials, but it was much better after that. On top of that, we are getting season 3 coming this year. We don't know yet. No release date has been announced for us to know, but we do know it's 2026, so that's pretty exciting nonetheless. On top of that, we have season 3 being released end of this year. Season 2 ended on a cliffhanger. They showed a preview of them in a ballroom dance. It was nice that it ended January 21st. However, we know that's coming this year, 2026. However, no release date has been confirmed or announced as of yet, as of this recording of this video. And before we move on to more of the story, more of the characters, a big shout out to Sally Jackson. We have to give love to Percy's mom, Sally Jackson. She's a bit of the emotional core to Percy and his story, and the grounding Percy humanity of serving the comic gold, as when, like, yo, my son is friends with a horse, a mythical horse that's right here crossing part of the road for us, and we cannot go into the half-bloods camp. I love my son, but I love how she's deal with that, the comedy, the expression, the motherhood that she does to also help and protect, but also listening to his nightmares, to his probably predictions, which is, hey, I might not be the bearer of bad news of bringing Olympus down. It might be Thalia, but I don't know how to handle this situation. And she's still like, hey, protect yourself, protect your own, go by your decision, go by your gut. So I love how all that's expressed by her, by Percy's mom. It just shows how great of a mom and her in this godly type of situation. So I really enjoy that. So I really want to shout that parenthood, the motherhood, that Percy really makes him a god, but also a human because of her. Thank you. Now, involving the story, what is the story of Percy Jackson season 2? We know that Grover is stuck. He is in the island of Palamedes, I believe that's how you pronounce his name. The one-eyed giant who got banished into his own realm on his own island. He has lured a lot of people to be eaten, kidnapped by him. However, Grover has been having some telepathy ways of connection with Percy, and that's how they, hey, let me do a 2-in-1 sale. And if you guys don't know what that 2-in-1 sale is, it's for the goal to find the Golden Fleece to heal the tree of Thalia, because our boy Luke, he said, I'm listening to the orders of Kronos, and Kronos is telling me what I need to do, instead of telling you the full information of maybe you could use the Golden Fleece to bring Thalia back. Maybe you could use her for the fight of bringing Olympus down and bringing the Titans back, using her as one of the kids of the big 3. Not Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece. I'm talking about Poseidon and Zeus as one of their kids. And Percy right now, hey, Kronos is trying to bring him in sway, but maybe he wasn't the one. It was Thalia all along, because of the nightmares that Percy has been showing us throughout the 8 episodes, and what happened at the end of the cliffhanger and the battle of Luke and him escaping. So all that could lead up to something. But big shout out to Clarisse, because Clarisse, the daughter of Ares, emerges as a true leader as her own quest, because, hey, the current camp leader, Carrion, is not there, but got replaced by somebody else, some douchebag that I forgot his name, but he one of the gods that can't eat because that was his banishment, his punishment for this. However, Clarisse said, hey, nobody's gonna follow me, nobody's gonna help me, I'm gonna do my own thing. Her father Big shout out to the Radar R superstar Edge, who literally came in and said, yo daughter, I'm not gonna let you go by yourself. You're gonna have these dead soldiers that owe me a favor because they died in battle for the fight for Ares for all long ago. And I love how Clarisse heard her prophecy that she will be losing or dying in battle without her friends, without the help of her friends. And she had that fear that if she's not truthful or if she's not kind, she will be losing to that prophecy. And I guess what? By the end, Percy said, hey, you should take this Golden Fleece, accomplish this mission, your quest, get the win, get the W from your father. And most likely we will be seeing that in season 3, or this was a side story that happened in between, because she did complete her quest. She brought the Golden Fleece and threw the arrow as the one to accomplish that. So a big shout out to her and thank you for that. Clarisse and her moments with her dad was very dope to see, I want to see, because Edge said, hey, the little one, the short, because he's still mad that he lost against the battle against Percy back in season 1. So he was a bit annoyed at him, like, yo, I'm gonna help you get one up against the short. I'm gonna give you your own ship, your own crew. And she didn't want to sacrifice any of them because she said that you will go to the promised land to find peace, to find happiness. Did they? Oh no. And now the end of the story, the cliffhanger that happened in season 2, everything that led up to from season 2, episode 1 to episode 8. What do we go for? The Golden Fleece, bringing Thalia back, and we find out that Carrie knew the truth of, but kept it a secret of what happened to Thalia. Zeus, what did you do to your own daughter? You was afraid that Hades will try to corrupt her by the heartbeats and everything, but no. Zeus said, nah, you will be my daughter and fight for my war, and she didn't want nothing to do with it. And guess what? Zeus snapped at her and became a tree, protect the godless half-god camp. But, oh no, guess what? She is back. The Golden Fleece doesn't just heal the tree, it resurrected Thalia and became human again. But here's the kicker. The show changed a bit of the backstory from the bugs. Instead of dying and saving her friends, Zeus is actually using her for the punishment because of her being a bad daughter and not listening to her. So now the Fleece woke her up, resurrected, and brought back. And guess how we're gonna end the show? Cliff to black and have Thalia and Percy locking eyes. She's questioning why you look older. Annabeth, I left you as a kid, now you look older. How many years has passed by? Thalia doesn't know that time has passed by, that she doesn't know. She doesn't know any information. Nothing has happened. But I like the line that Percy said. Had anybody ever had any nightmares where you feel like you woke up in one? Well, that's me right now. And I love that very much because it's very true for Percy. He's been feared to wake up in his nightmares because every time has been Kronos, has been Thalia using her face. Is any of these true? Will Kronos be using Thalia? Will Thalia be joining the fight against the Titans versus Olympus and the gods? Because Tyson right now went to help Percy's dad, Poseidon. They're doing their own battle. They're doing their own weapons. And Percy's dad, Poseidon, is being secretive and like, hey, you need to deal with your own thing. Thalia right now woke up, handle the situation. Any theories for my non-book readers, or you assume where this story will go? Let me know in the comment section below because there's more to tell. Because there's a season 3, like I mentioned earlier in the video. We talk about, what is it? The Titan's Curse. That's the next book that's being adapted and discussed within the next story arc. And with Thalia being alive and the prophecy looming Titan War, we're coming to a full force because Poseidon said the war has started, but they're keeping it secretive because we have face-off of gods, monsters. What Titans will we be seeing? And we already heard a few casts being announced for this coming season. Who are we going to see the faces of again, or maybe being told? If you guys read the book, I do want to say that we are going to see a lot of deaths in this season 3 because it's a war, and any war, deaths will be predominant. And in gods, in Olympus, in these type of battles, there is war. If you guys have played God of War, Kratos, if you have read the books before or seen any other adaptations, war happens and we will be losing some characters. Please don't spoilers for the comment section because people have not read the books. If you haven't, go check it out. It's really good books, solid read. I have all 3 in my storage. Not here. I was like trying to point at it. I'm like, somewhere here, but no, they're in my storage. So just imagine they're here in the background, but I have them visually. The Sun and Neptune, the Titan's Curse, and all those things. I I highly suggest to go check them out if you guys haven't. Please do. With that being said, what has been your favorite of season 2? Were you a fan of the show, the adaptation, the characters of Percy, Clover coming back together as a group? We see the trio, Tyson as the new trio included with them, Clarisse working with them one another at the ship, at Kronos ship, at the cruise ship, Luke trying to decide of trying to bring Annabeth to their side, trying to bring Percy, but then Percy and Luke continues to have their battle, continue to having their ideals, and Percy trying to convince him, yo Percy, sorry, my apologies, yo Luke, you are getting convinced, you're getting manipulated by Kronos, you gotta do something about this, it can't be so easy, you gotta stop falling for the traps, like our Hispanic Gunner says, you can't fall for the traps for Kronos, he's manipulating you, stop trying to bring him back and cause the war to happen. But guess what? He might be. Only time will tell. Other than that, please let me know what you guys think of the season 2. It gave us a lot of heart. It gave us a lot of comedy. We find out the girl from the trials, she was luring people. There was a trick, and there are things that you gotta fight your own fears as gods. They're also half-bloods. They're humans. So also gotta fight the humanity that's inside them, the flaws. But also if you overcome them, it makes you stronger. A big shout out to Lin-Manuel to see him and see the help that he wants to bring back his son Luke. They want to see the positive. Is he going to get redemption arc? Is there something that we're going to get out of him? Now that Thalia's back, is he going to change side? Or is Kronos has his nails too much into the story of his character? Honestly, only time will tell when it comes to Kronos, Luke, Percy. Where does he fit in on this? And Carrion finally told the truth to Annabeth, and her being scared that she didn't want to hear the full story. But where's their story gonna go? Who is she gonna choose? Is there a fight that's gonna be between Thalia and Percy? Is Annabeth gonna be in the middle of trying to decide what's going on here? Are they gonna tell the truth that Luke has betrayed sides? Finding out, is Thalia gonna go, oh, I'm gonna go and choose Luke? There's many possibilities of where the story will go. Please let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below, because that's all of the thoughts overall. This was a good story, good adaptation, and I enjoyed it as somebody who watched with my partner who she's not a big fantasy, Greek mythology, Norse mythology consumer. She enjoyed it, had a good time. Myself, who is and read the books, I think it was a good adaptation. They changed a couple things. It brings a smile to my face to see the rated R superstar as Ares and as a character. Hopefully we see more of these characters in this next season, and what other gods will be reprising the roles. So without further ado, guys, let me know, comment, subscribe, and press the notification. And if you guys enjoyed this, stay mythical, my weepsters. If you want more of entertainment reviews or other series of discussion, we would love to talk about it.